The courtroom may have your flags, your robes, your gavels, and your titles, but you do not have my submission. You, Judge Thomas, say that I must pay $500 million. $500 million. As if Burkina Faso is your small company. As if Africa is your private business. As if my people are your unpaid employees. You call it justice. I call it daylight robbery, slow-motion theft. And you expect me to bow my head like a schoolboy caught stealing lunch. No, I stand tall. I look you in the eye. Because this is not about money. This is about sovereignty, dignity, and truth. 500 million. Do you even understand what that means for my people? That is not just a number in your court ledger. That is a child who will never see the inside of a school. That is a mother's tears because she cannot buy medicine for her baby. That is a village where women still walk 10 kilometers for water because a well was never dug. And you fine me because I refuse to let you steal. Then you call me the thief. You punish me for protecting what belongs to my people. Then you call it the rule of law. What law is this? A law that bends for the strong and breaks for the weak is not law. It is tyranny dressed in a suit. Yes, I violated contracts. Contracts signed in the shadows by cowardly leaders who sold my people's future for a handshake and a photograph. Contracts that gave foreign corporations 90% of our gold and left us with crumbs. Contracts signed not in the name of Burkina Faso, but in the name of greed. If protecting my nation's resources makes me guilty, then I accept that guilt for the rest of my life. Do you think this $500 million will make me? Do you think it will make me abandon the mines, the fields, the rivers, and the skies of Burkina Faso? My people have been poor before. We have been stripped of everything before. Our land, our dignity, even our names. Yet we survived, we rebuilt. We stood again, we planted seeds in dry earth and watched them grow. You cannot bankrupt the human spirit. You hide behind legal language, breach of contract, damages, international obligations. But when you strip it all away, what is left? Colonialism recycled for the 21st century. The same colonialism my ancestors faced when they were forced to pay taxes for living on their own land. The same colonialism my grandparents saw when French soldiers took their harvest to feed Europe while our villages starved. The difference now is that the soldiers have been replaced by lawyers, the rifles replaced by court orders, the plunder signed with your signature instead of stamped with your seal. I will not pretend to respect a court that does not respect my people. Respect is earned, not demanded. And no, Judge Thomas, I do not owe you obedience. My oath is to the soil of Burkina Faso, to the children running barefoot in our villages, to the elders whose hands shaped this land long before your empire even dreamed of touching it. Do you think history will remember your fine? No. History will not remember the numbers you scribbled on paper. It will remember you for trying to silence a people who refused to kneel. And it will remember me, not as a defendant in your court, but as a defender of my nation. When I was a boy, my father told me of our heroes. He told me of Thomas Sankara, who said, "He who feeds you controls you." He told me of Patrice Lumumba, who said, "History will one day have its say." He told me of countless nameless men and women who resisted colonial rule with nothing but courage in their hearts. And now I walk in their footsteps. You think you shame me with this fine? No, you honor me by placing me in the same struggle they fought. I know why I am here. I know why this court exists. It is not to protect justice. It is to protect your interests. To remind every African leader what happens if they dare to think independently. You want them to look at me and say, if they can find Traore $500 million, what will they do to me? You want fear, but you will get the opposite, defiance. You will get a continent waking up and saying, no more. You have ruled us for centuries. You stole our gold, our diamonds, our oil, our coffee, our cocoa. You stole our people as slaves, our children as soldiers, our cultures as curiosities in your museums. And now you take us to court for the crime of wanting our own resources. The arrogance is astonishing. You are like a thief who robs a man's house, then sues him for damages because the man locked his door. Let my people hear me clearly. In Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, in Ghana, in Senegal, across every African border, this fine is not about me, it is about us. It is a message. Do not resist, do not think, do not lead. And I am here to answer, we will resist, we will think, we will lead, and we will win. They tell us we must pay colonial debts, we must honor colonial contracts, we must abide by colonial trade rules, but they have never honored the debt they owe us. The debt of centuries of stolen wealth, stolen lives, stolen futures. If we calculate what Europe and America owe Africa, $500 million is nothing. They owe us trillions. They owe us the return of every resource they took. They owe us the return of every life they destroyed. But we do not take them to court. We take them to history. And history will judge them far more harshly than any court can judge me. Judge Thomas, you may pass your sentence. You may write your numbers. You may threaten my country with sanctions, embargoes, blockades. But let me make something clear. We will not pay. Not today, not tomorrow, not in 10 years, not in 100. If you want the wealth of Burkina Faso, come and take it with your own hands, and you will find the hands of my people ready. Freeze our accounts. We will build our own banks. Blacklist our leaders. We will raise new ones from the soil. Cut us off from your trade. We will trade with each other, with Asia, with Latin America, with anyone who treats us as equals. The days when Africa's destiny was written in European capitals are over. Now it will be written in Ouagadougou, in Bamako, in Addis Ababa. And to the youth, my young brothers and sisters listening to me, I speak to you directly. Do not be intimidated by their courts. Do not bow to their robes, their flags, their cameras, their headlines. These are tools of intimidation. Chains of the modern age, invisible, polished, but chains nonetheless. They will call you radical, wear it like armor. They will call you extremist, wear it like a medal. They will call you dangerous, good, because in their vocabulary, radical means refusing to bow, extremist means refusing to be bought, and dangerous means refusing to be controlled. They will tell you independence is impossible. They will say Africa cannot survive without their loans, their aid, their approval. They will say it with the confidence of a jailer telling a prisoner that life outside the cell is impossible. But the truth is this, the cell is not locked. What keeps us inside is the belief they planted in our minds. Understand this, their aid is not a gift. Aid is a leash, and the leash has only one purpose, to keep you where the master wants you. But you were not born to live on a leash. You were born to be free. Africa is not poor. Africa has never been poor. Africa is the richest land on earth, rich in gold, rich in oil, rich in people, rich in culture. What Africa lacks is freedom, and the day we reclaim it, we will no longer need their aid, their pity, their loans. We will stand on our own legs, and the world will deal with us as equals. They have armies, we have people. They have banks, we have land. They have media, we have truth. They have courts, we have history, and history is the final judge. And history is the final judge. Every empire before them thought it would last forever. The Romans thought so, the British thought so, the French thought so. And where are they now? In history books. Their empires reduced to stories told in classrooms, because no empire can outlast the will of a people determined to be free. So I say this to the youth, you are not the future, you are the present. Do not wait to lead. Lead now. Do not wait for perfect conditions. The struggle is now. The responsibility is now. If you wait for them to hand you freedom, you will wait forever. Freedom is not given, freedom is taken, not with hatred but with courage, with unity, with unbreakable will. So let them call me radical, let them call me dangerous, let them call me whatever they want. When the history of this century is written, it will not remember the judges or the lawyers, it will remember the generation that said enough. It will remember the young Africans who stood up, not just for themselves, but for all yet to be born. And so, Judge Thomas, sign your judgment, announce your victory, write your headlines. But know this, you have not silenced me. You have given me a microphone. You have not broken me. You have built me. You have not scared Africa. You have awakened her. And when the day comes, and it will come, when Africa stands united with her own currency, her own army, her own institutions, your courts will be irrelevant. Your power will be irrelevant, and we will remember this day, not as the day you defeated us, but as the day you proved we were right to fight, because the fight is not over. It has only just begun.